Today, I'm going to show you how to do a Teams town hall with Teams Rooms on Android. So within the latest release notes, we can see in the most recent app, which is really the November app, but it was the October update that officially released the town hall attendee support. So we had webinar. If we look for webinar on here, we'll see. So you could do previously a webinar presenters with us previously. But now we have town halls. So what is a town hall? So it's really for a large event, sort of one way, where you are presenting to your team, your organization, external people, and it can scale up to 10,000 people or 100K with Teams Premium. But you need to give Microsoft 2 weeks notice and have your org allowed to do that. So really it's one-way streaming. And again, some new features have come out that were launched at Ignite, such as ultra low latency, 1080p. So again, lots of great features on here. So as a presenter, you can see, obviously you can start the session and you can then bring people on stage, off stage, translate the captions, and even do things like speaker identification. So what does it look like on a room system? You simply invite it like any other meeting. So let's go and do that now. So we'll jump in here to my tenant. As you can see, I've got a meeting here already that I've pre-scheduled. And all I've done, I've got a manage event. Say it's a town hall, and I'm the organizer, and I've got a presenter, Nancy, who's in my org. And the reason for that is because it's another voice, public access, etc. And there we go. And then you can customize it to your custom branding, etc. And like you can with any other Teams event, you can set the meeting options. So if you want to be able to bypass lobby, security on there, watermarking, etc., enable Copilot, translations, transcriptions, etc., all those can be set up beforehand as well. So once you've done that, you have share event. So you get this link, the join link, and you simply create a new invite. So if we jump back to here, as you can see, town hall attendee, I've made it there, and I've added in Pit Lane, Apple Room, and Blueberry Room. So what does it look like when I go to a device? So let me just go to Blueberry Room here, and I'll use Neat Pulse to remotely control it so you can see what's happening. Now, I did this in the browser. I can create my events in the browser. And again, to show you that quickly, when you go to new, you just drop the list down, wait for it to populate, and you can choose which event you want. Now, you cannot join a town hall from the device. You must have to be on your full fat Teams client. So for this demonstration, we'll go into the controller and we'll select join the town hall. And as you can see, it's loading the Teams client. And I will go in on my desktop client now on the side. So we have the Teams room, joined the call. Now let's pop over to my full fat client. I'll join the event. And as you can see, it's not started. As you can see, I've asked Nancy to join as well. So here I can see I've got one attendee waiting. So if I start the event, and then we can see what it looks like on the Teams client. So the person speaking isn't sharing video. So what does that mean? That simply means obviously I'm not sending my content. So now if I turn my camera on, and then we can see how quick that updates now. So this is the new ultra low latency in the town hall. And obviously I can then turn on things like my captions. So let's do that on the device. So I can turn on captioning. So when I'm speaking through here now, and I can show captions, and that should be turned on now. So at the bottom of my screen, captions will be coming on across here. And let's turn on my microphone. So there we have audio coming through now. So this is being presented on here. And what I can do is then share content. So for example, let's share a window. So when I share content, I also need to bring that on screen. So then the far end will then also see the content. So there we go. You can see your video and you can see your content all nicely displayed on the far end. And obviously we also get our captions below as well. And again, if I show my transcript, you can see who's talking. So again, if you've got a couple of presenters, they'll all be lined up. So you can bring them on the stage, off the stage, as and when you need to show them through there. I can also turn off my video as well. So I'm just seeing content only. And you can see I've got speaker identification on as well. So this is also in Town Hall, so it's in the transcripts. And I'm just going to bring in Nancy, who's my colleague, with a recorded article about OpenAI. So I've now brought Nancy on the call, and I can also bring Nancy onto video. And as you can see, I started testing it with my AI summary. That's read out by my AI avatar. So if I play that in the call,
Are coming from the growing interest in AI and OpenAI's rush to secure the power it needs.
so whenever Nancy talks, she's attributed in the air. So again, if I turn on my microphone and I've muted Nancy, so when I start talking again, turn on my audio, so you can see in the transcript, I'm identified. So again, if I jump back to the room, I can then see that we have both people on the display. So we've got Nancy and we have myself. And again, I can choose what to do with the layout. So I can turn the content off and then just focus on Nancy. So again, the far end, just see Nancy. So what they don't see is the speaker attribution to the captions, but they would do if they're on their client. So that is Teams Town Hall and how to use it on MTR-A on Android. And that is available for devices running now. And if we jump into the roadmap, aka.ms/MTR roadmap, we can see what is coming up. So we can see we are going to be getting, hopefully in December, which a few days time, we'll be able to join as a presenter, and then we'll have extra controls through the UI, so on the controller. And again, if we look at, we can see it in our message center, and we can search for Town Hall. So here we go, front of room on Android. And so you'll see your main screen and you'll be able to start the event from the controller. So a few new features coming, with the latest app coming out this month. So that'll be a great addition, being able to join either as an attendee or as a presenter on there as well. Will also be available on single touch devices, so all-in-one devices such as Neat Board, and you'll be able to do all that from that interface as well. Any questions? Let me know.